Oh, that's 70 grand on one pallet. So first up is Community Farm Sign. This is by Squiggles, 5.87 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under decorations. Now, it's only going to cost you £25, euros or dollars, whichever you're playing with, and that's quite cheap for what you get. I mean, a stone brickwork sign, I like it. Obviously going to be decorating your farm, but that's looking all right. Next up is Brick Fence and Metal Gate. This is by Macca, 4.66 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under fences. Now, you got the first section, which is obviously going to be the fence part. Drag it out, no problem. You then press right on your D-pad, change it to section 2. That's going to give you your gate. All right. I mean, obviously, as you can imagine, brick fence, it is what it is. It says what it is on the tin. And obviously you got your gate just there. You can open up like that. Fair enough. All right, no problem. But next up is Debris Crusher. This is by Rockhound Modding. 1.43 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, this is going to cost you 55 grand to place down. And obviously, it's going to be getting you some stones at the ground. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, don't we have one of these base game? And you'd be right, we do. But this one has got a bigger bonker silo on the side. So it can be able to accumulate more stones in the same amount of time than you would do with a standard one. All right, fair enough. I mean, if you need some stones, if you've got like a lime production, yeah, that'll fit in nicely. Right, next up is Supermarket Productions. This is by Let's Be Having Moo, 75.62 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under production chains. So first off, we've got the non-food factory. It's going to cost you 25 grand. You've then got the crisp factory, or chips, if you're from America, 25 grand. We've then got the biscuit factory. Oh, I do like some biscuits. Oh, ace. Love it. You then got the cereal factory, obviously a little bit of a different recipe, 25 grand again. You've then got the ready meal factory. Yeah, not the healthiest of choices, but you can if you want to, 25 grand. We then come across and we have got the sandwich factory, again, 25 grand. We've also got the salad factory. Isn't a salad factory a greenhouse? But okay, it is what it is. You then got your dairy factory. You've also got your bakery. You've also got a creamery factory. You've then got a liquid production factory. We then come down and we've got our last one, which is the dry productions factory. Now, that's not the only things in this pack, because if you come across to your greenhouses, we got a couple in there as well. So we have got the allotment, no, not that one, that's the one, orchard, supermarket production, just there for you. You then got the next one, which is going to be your greenhouse. We then move on to some strange reason down to animals, and you got one for pigs, which is a little bit random, because you got pig manure, pigs. Right, okay, so you're going to need to put some pigs in to get the manure out, just like any other pigs, but all right. And you then got this, the pig manure mixer. All right, fair enough. Now, obviously, once you've got your new products, you are going to need, well, I say you are going to need, you're not, but you have got some options to put some sale points down. We've got various different ones in here. So the first one is going to be this one just here. So that's going to be your supermarket. We've then got the next one, which is going to be your local shop. And then to finish it off, we've got the generic selling point. So you could potentially put this in any building that you like, and then, you know, make it out of that. Great. Not a problem. Now, with this pack, there is 50 new recipes. Yeah, that's a lot. And well, I'll show you what I mean anyway. So first off, we got the new, what was it, the non-food factory. So you got your loading in points, you got your pallet. Well, to be fair, you got loading in point there, and you got a different loading in point for your wood as well. Then round here is going to be your pallet spawn point. Now this does do a couple of different things. Yeah, so we come around to the production chain menu just there. So you're going to be able to make clothes, fabric, furniture. You got a non-food pallet. We'll come back to that in a minute. You got your paper roll and your rope out of cotton and out of wool, which is great. But obviously some of those things you can put in. as as an input like we have done here. So if you have put those in, they will pop out here because they're done items. So basically you need to have those on distributing, and then, well, to be fair, I didn't put it on distributing. I chucked them straight in and it still used them up. So, well, that's a strange one. But obviously you can make all those different things. That is great. If you was to make all those different things and then put them into a pallet, a non-food pallet, so that is going to require basically, well, let's face it, everything: clothes, furniture, paper roll, and rope. This here is going to sell. We'll go into the actual prices menu there. 69, nice, grand, up to 72. Now, obviously, it's going to be going to some of the sale points we put down, but also some of the map ones as well. 70 grand for that pallet. That is ace. I do like that. Now, we'll come over to the crisp factory. It's a similar sort of thing. You put in different recipes, you get different things out. So, obviously, you've got some crisps here. So, you've got some cheese corn puffs. We've got some sour cream and chive. You got some sweet chili. And then you've got some cheese and onion on the end. There is one that hasn't popped out. I'd imagine if it's not enough space in the spawn area. Although you should be able to get 2 rows there. So, alright, fair enough. Obviously, you've got your production chain menu just there. So, you're going to be chucking in your stuff at the top. And then, obviously, you're going to be getting those things at the bottom. And then, obviously, you can potentially make a crisp box, which is going to be putting all those together and then making a lot more profit. Great. Then we move on to arguably my favourite at the pack, because it's the biscuit one. I do like a biscuit. So obviously you got your loading in point just there. Then we come down this end, and then we got our production chain menu just there. There's your pallet spawn point with all your biscuits. Oh, I do like them. Don't get me wrong, it's a little bit loud round here. It's not even running. Alright, fair enough. But we have got our biscuits there. So what have we got there? So we've got oat biscuits. We've got fruit shortcake, we've got custard creams, oh, they're a winner, chocolate biscuits, and on the end, jam biscuits. Oh, I do like a biscuit. And again, like the previous 2 factories, you can put them in a biscuit box, which you can sell off at a greater profit rather than selling the individual pallets. Now, we move on to the next one. And this is probably going to be the last one, and you'll see why in a minute. This might need an update, or maybe it's just because I've got so many production chains all out in the same point. So this is your cereal one. So like the standard cereal factory, you load your stuff in, your pallet spawn point is just there. You then got some different ones here. So you've got chocolate pop cereal. We then got your wheat biscuit cereal. We then got your strawberry cereal, and then you got your frosted honey flakes. Obviously in your production chain menu, again, you can put them all into a cereal box to make more profit. Now, this is where the issue comes in. So obviously, we've got all these factories still to go. But we come over to this one, right? So we're going to there, going to the production chain menu, ready meal factory. Great, you can, you find out what you need to put in. That's great. But if you want to go anywhere else into the actual production chain menu, it's having a bit of a wobbler. I don't know if it's around the orchards, because the liquid production factory doesn't like it. Once you get up to the top, you seem to be okay. So depending on which ones you've put down, you might be able to get into them, you might not from the main menu. Definitely the liquid production factory is causing a problem, and then the orchard and the pig manure mixer. They don't seem to be get-atable from the main menu. Yeah, and if we can't do all of them, then what's going on? What's really going on? I would potentially say put one down and give it a go. Obviously, once you're in the older, in the menu there, you know what you're going to be you know what you're going to be going for. So you pick whichever one you want. I mean, I'd probably go for the biscuit one because I like the biscuits the most. So put one down, see how you get on. I'd imagine it's potentially because I've got all of these out at the same time. I'm not sure why that should be causing a problem. Just saying. And having a look at the website right now, it's currently got a rating of 2.3. Yeah, I've got a feeling this is potentially going to need an update. But that being said, my biscuit factory is running all right. So I'm good for now. And to be fair, even if we go into the old menus themselves, ones that we can't actually get into, means we can't get into the dairy, which is interesting. So we go up to the creamery. We've got some there as well. So you got your butter, your cheese, your chocolate. That's great. Standard base game stuff. You come down to your cream cheese and your fresh pasta. There's no icons there, and you can't actually get onto the recipe for it to tell you what you need to put in. Yeah, I definitely think this is going to need an update. Right, next up is Placeable Gas Station. This is by Rockhound Modding, 3.69 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under tools. Now, it's going to cost you 30 grand. Now, obviously, it's somewhere for you to get your fuel, get your diesel for your tractors and other vehicles. I mean, it's saying 69, nice, for a bit of unleaded, so that's all right. I mean, it doesn't take up too much space. I mean, you could potentially put one down on your farm. I'm not sure if you'd have a petrol pump like this, but, you know, you can, so why not? Right, next up is Vehicle Workshop. This is by Pascal Coutts, 10.95 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under tools. Now, we do have a customizable option on this, so if we click on that, we can then change the colour to, let's face it, whatever you like. Now, you may be thinking, oh, hold on a minute. That looks a little bit weird. It's floating on the ground. That's because it's going to dig out a bit. Yeah, so you are going to see, well, it's 225 grand base. And then obviously it needs to dig a hole afterwards. So no problem. So once you put it down, jobs are good. So we come in here, through the man door. There we are. In we go. And then there's your workshop. Now, we have also got these pits. This is what it digs out the hole for. So you could have a tractor drive over. Well, I mean, you crouch down, then have a tractor drive over you. And then you could fix it underneath, which is all right. I mean, you can open up all these doors as well. That is great. Jobs are good. And that's what we've got there. 1, 2, 3, 4 bays. All right, fair enough. Then once you've got your vehicle in position, you come into this office, round by the front counter. There you are. Fix up your vehicles. Jobs are good. And so you could potentially use this as like a role play situation. So this be your front door where your customers are coming in. Yeah, pull your vehicle in, we'll fix it up for you, bro. No problem. And then obviously you go out the back into the workshop, do a bit of work, and then away you go. Charge the customer, and that's it. Job done. Got a little bit of a conference room at the top as well. I like it. Now, what we will do before we go, just so I show you what I'm on about, with it digging a hole, and I put my teeth in, we go in and sell it. There we are. Job done. Sell it back. Okay, that's your hole. That's what it's digging out. So if you're okay with that, place one down. No worries. Next up is Large Machine and Implement Shed. This is by Rockhound Modding, 22.67 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under sheds. Now, it's going to cost you 80 grand, and we do have a couple of options to customize it with. So you can have solar panels on the roof, yes or no, and then you can change the main color to, well, the walls. You change it to whatever you like, and then obviously place it down. Jobs are good. So you got a bit of a side piece on the go, so that can keep some equipment or bales and pallets out of the rain. We'll come over here, open up this door. There's big space inside. I mean, nice and bright and airy with the old skylights in. We'll come around here. We've got this door that opens up like that. And we've obviously got the drive-through option on the go down this end. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I mean, you've got the brick walls on the sides, so you could potentially use this as like a root crop storage sort of thing if you want to go down the old immersive route. Yeah, very nice. Next up is the Fiat Weight. This is by Edomod and CR82, 6.12 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, underweight. Now, it's going to cost you 1,500, and that's going to give you a 300 kilo weight. You can then change that to a single weight with bar, which puts it up to 620 kilo. Then got a double weight, which puts it up to 1.2 ton. Then double weight with bar, which is also 1.2 ton. And then back to the original. So you've got 300, a 620, and then a 1.2 ton. All right, no problem. I mean, that's the only options you've got. So you are going to have to put up with the brown colour. But then again, once you've been out in the field and it gets a little bit dirty, it's probably going to end up brown anyway. So why not? Right, next up is the Krone ZX 560GD. This is by Hispano, 23.14 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Forage wagons. Now, this has got a 56,000 litre capacity, 240 horsepower requirement from your tractor, and 11 mile an hour working speed with a price tag of 161 grand. You do have the option of covers, yes or no. So I'm going to put those on the top. You then got your wheel brands. You got your Michelin, Vredestein, and then back to Michelin again. Silage additive tank. Well, you can put it on the front. I mean, it doesn't really do that much, so yeah. All right, carry on. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. The design colour is going to be the old side panels, well, and the front bit as well. And then you got your rim colour, which is going to be your rims. I mean, 56,000 litres on an old forage wagon. I mean, I know we've got bigger ones, with unrealistic capacity, but if you're just going down the whole immersive route, yeah, this should fit in nicely. But next up is Mechanical Log Leveler Pack. This is by HR Force and Oxbo, 10.54 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under forestry equipment. Now, this is going to be interesting, put it this way, because I'm not really good at logging, but all right, we'll give it a go anyway. So we've got a 3 meter, a 4 meter, a 5 meter, and a 6 meter that I've gone for. Now, what these are basically for is you drop your logs in, they're not all lined up. They're a bit, here and there. And this is going to, with the weight of the logs, just put them into a nice little pile. Right, fair enough. So the options are going to be the same on all of them. You've got your main colour, which is going to be your main colour, as you can imagine. And the design colour is going to be the old lettering on the front. Now, here we go. This is going to be interesting. So I've got these 6 meter logs. And here we go. Right, so you just come over there, and then you sort of just lower them in. Here we go. Right, there we are. So lower it down. No, that way. A bit further forward. There we are. Lower it down. No, that's better. Is that it? Right, we'll let him go. I mean, it sort of did. Oh dear, I'm not a logging person, I must admit. But you can get the idea. You see what's going on there? It's obviously, well, the ones underneath anyway. Let's put them all nice and level, and then obviously you just come in a little bit after, pick them all up. Jobs are good. Now obviously this is coming out of the shop, so you will need some sort of, well, you could use the old log grab to put it onto a trailer or like a pallet forklift truck, that sort of thing. Alright, no worries. Right, next up is Lizard Forest Trailer Pack. This is by HR Force and Oxbo, 31.71 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under forestry trailers. Now, we have got 4 in this pack, and they're quite interesting, I must admit. So you got your forestry trailer, small without a seat, then you got small with a seat, and then without but a bigger version, and then with a seat as a big version as well. Now, they're pretty much the same on the old customization options. So you got your Trelleborg, your Nokian, Michelin, and then back to Trelleborg. A couple of different tyre options on the go. You've got beacon lights, so number 1, number 2. That's being said, where is the beacon lights? Around the back on the bumper. There you are. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, how many are you going up to? 8. 8 different beacons. Right, no problem. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your, well, I'd say obviously, it's going to be your log bunks. You then got your crane colour, which is, as you can imagine, is going to be your crane. You then got the claw, which is going to be, as you can imagine, the claw. You then got your rim colour, which is going to be your rims. Now, obviously this one is with a seat, which is on top of the crane, just like that. If you go for the one without a seat, it hasn't got it on there. Now, you can, the one with the seat anyway, you can come and get into it like a vehicle. Yeah, we're actually in the crane. Now, you got L, B, and A unfolded. Well, it says activate the crane, but it's going to give you a warning message because you actually need to have a vehicle attached to it. Fair enough. So you just get into it like that, hook up a tractor, fair enough, and you come and get into your crane like that. L, B, and A. Folds the seat out, folds the support legs out, and away you go. You got your whole craneage shenanigans on the go. Alright, no problem. Right, next up is the Pitts LB55DC. This is by Gamer Designs and Roughneck Modding Crew. 20.71 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under low loaders. Now, this has got a 60 grand price tag. You have the options to change the main colour, which is going to do the main colour, let's face it. And then the rim colour is obviously going to do your rims. Now, once you've got it attached to your lorry, which is great, you do have the option to split it. There we are. Detach it. You've got the one in. Well, no, we've got the wrong one. There we are. Hook that back up. If we go into the back version, because obviously it's got 2 bits in it. There we are. You can detach. Obviously, pull that away. You then get your said vehicle. Pull it up the ramps. Job's a good one. Hook the front back on. And then away you go. There we are. So we just hook it back on like that. There we are. And we're away. Now, if you have got a really wide load, you can then do L, B, and A. That's pretty good. Oh, I do like that. That is alright indeed. I mean, we do have our LB and right stick up and down. It's going to move the front lift up and down like that. There's also RB and right stick up and down. And it's in here. Right, under there. There we are. It's that little flap there. Not quite sure what that does, but okay, it's there anyway. But I like that. I mean, I like the old animation on the side bits. That is ace. Next up is a Bourgault SPS360-40. This is by Hispano, 18.31 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this requires 385 horsepower from your tractor. It's got a 12.2 meter working width and a 9-mile-an-hour working speed and a 152.5 gram price tag. You can then change the main colour, which, as you can imagine, is going to be the main colour. You then got your design colour. We'll go over pink. Why not? It's going to do those bits. You got your design color again. We're going to go over yellow. It's going to do those bits. Wow, that's a lot of yellow. You then got your rim color, which is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. I mean, 12.2. That's not bad, actually. I mean, 385 horsepower. Yeah, sort of medium to large tractors. You should be all right with it. But all right, no problem. Right, next up is the Ponsse 4-wheeler pack. This is by HR Force and Agripower, 135.68 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under forestry forwarders. Now, these are basically all got the same options. So you've got your Bison shuttle, so that's going to be like your log crane on the back and your bunker, all that sort of thing. And obviously you can hook up a trailer on the back as well. Very nice. You then got your Bison active frame, which is going to be basically your standard log crane. Well, you got the crane and then you got your log bunk on the back, so just like that, no problem. You then got your King active frame, well, the Elephant King active frame just there as well. And then to finish it off, we got the Elephant King clam bunk. Yeah, you got that on the back. All right, fair enough. Now, where it comes to options, they're basically all going to be the same. So you got 285 horsepower engine, 425, and then back to 285. And you got your tires, Nokian, BKT, Trelleborg, Michelin, Ollisfors, and then back to Nokians again. You got your windows, you got your standard, tinted 1, 2, and then back to standard. Hood protection, so number 1, number 2. No, number 2 is just a couple of bits of string, let's face it. I mean, I know they'd be like metal cables or whatever, but all right, fair enough. Lower protection, so you got yes, just like around the bumpers. All right, fair enough. Exhaust protection, yes or no. So it's going to be putting that framework around the side like that. Window protection, yes or no. I'm going to put that on the old front window. You then got front gate, yes or no. So that's going to be like your headache rack sort of thing. You then got your timber blade. So you've got yes or no on the front of the vehicle. Is that the front or the back? Not quite sure. It depends on which way you're driving, but all right, fair enough. Chainsaw holder, yes or no. Oh, that's interesting. Where's that going to be? Is it around that side? Let's have a little look. Looks like it's going to be going in there, just above that little red bit. Yeah, there it is. You can just see a little black flap that's coming out. All right, no problem. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. I say obviously, it's going to do all those bits. Your claw colour is going to do the claw colour. Your lower protection colour, we'll go for light blue. It's going to do those bits. The headlight, headlight frame? We'll go with that green. It's going to do the frames around the headlights. You got exhaust protection. It's obviously going to do the bits around the exhaust. You then got your ladder colour. We'll go with an orange. Does the ladder. And the hood protection, we'll go with, well, it wouldn't be one of my videos without a bit of pink. It's going to do that bit. You then got your clam bunk colour. And obviously that'll be whatever the bunk is on the back of whichever piece of equipment you've gone for. You then got your stanchion colour. So that's going to be the bits at the top of the old poles just there. You then got your olive sports colour, if you've gone for those. You then got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. I mean, to be fair, apart from the colour options and changes and whatever, they're going to work like the base game stuff. So if you're into your forestry, great. If you're like me, yeah, I'd probably leave it alone. I've already attempted a bit of forestry today, and it didn't go that well. So, all right, we'll leave that one in the shop. Right, next up is the T-Wolf Agripower. This is by MTL Modding Team, 22.39 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under tractors for some reason. All right, no problem. So you've got a 700 horsepower engine, 37 mile an hour top speed, and 199.5 grand price tag. Now, you can then change it to 900 horsepower engine. Yeah, obviously, why not? 25 grand well spent. You then got your beacon lights. You can have original both. What I say? Original. Oh, there you are. On the top like that. Original right, left, LED both, LED right or left, or nothing. You then got fenders. So we've got yes or no. So that's those on the back. Hitch is going to be out the front. So you can have it as a hitch or front hydraulic. You then got your main colour, which is going to be, as you can imagine, those bits. You then got your interior colour. Oh, we'll go for red. Yeah. All right, fair enough. Hydraulic colour. Now, I'd imagine that's going to be, if we have that. So if we put the hydraulic colour on, we'll go over orange. Yeah, it's going to do that bit. And the one on the back. All right, no problem. Logo colour, we're going to go with a pink. Because why not? Going to do the badge on the front. Then you got your exhaust colour, which is going to be... What have you gone for? So exhaust is up the top there. Do you know what? We'll go for a pink again. Just so it stands out. There we are. It's going to be your exhaust. All right, fair enough. You then got your decal colour. So we'll go for blue. Does the side decals there. Air conditioning unit on the top. We'll go for white. There we are. Crawler colour. So that's going to be the bits underneath. There we are. And then that's your options. Now, with this, obviously does lead to a few options. Because you got the old 3-point on the back. And then, yeah, I'm just casually pulling a trailer 200,000 litres of rice in. No problem. We're doing 50 mile an hour. 50 mile an hour in a tractor vehicle pulling 200,000 litres of rice. Because why not? Right, next up is the Holmer Pack. This is by Hispano, 135.82 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them in all different spaces. Just come down your mods and DLCs, so much easier. So first off, we've got the Terra Variant 435, so 435 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, 16,000 litre capacity on the tank, and a 12 mile an hour working speed. And obviously, you're going to need something on the back, like a boom hose setup, that sort of thing. Now, you've got the option to change your wheel brands. You've got your Michelin, Trelleborg, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, then back to Michelin. There's a couple of different versions on the go. You've got narrows. I mean, they're not that narrow, but I'll go with the wide ones because they just look better. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. You then got your design colour, which is going to be the tank. You got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be the rims. Now, there is a couple of different versions of this. So if you didn't fancy having the tank on the back and you fancied a more versatile version, well, you can have the old Terra Variant 585. Now, 585 horsepower engine and a 24 mile an hour top speed. And it's, it's like a Swiss Army knife of all the things. Because it's the tractor unit and you can put things on top of it. So you can change the engine output up to 652 and then back to the 585. And you've got your same type options as before. And then you've got your same colour options. So your main colour is going to be your main colour. And then obviously your rims is going to be your rims. Now to go on the back of this, we've got all this stuff. Right, so first up, we've got the old GB25, 25,000 litre capacity. It's going to have a bit of an auger wagon on it. All right, no problem. Main colour option, change it to whatever you like, 65 grand price tag. You can also have this, which is it's a root crop. Root crop. Well, to be fair, right, this is a root crop tanker, 35,000 litres. All right, it's not a harvester, it's just a transport situation. But 90 grand all bar, a bit of change. But all right, fair enough. You then got this one, the old manure spreader. It's got a 17,400 litre capacity for 18 metre working width and a 34 grand price tag. Again, change the main colour, but you could potentially match it up to the rest of the vehicle. And if you have gone for a tanker on the back, you can go for this, the old Glide Fix 15. As the name would suggest, 15 metre working width. Obviously, bang it on the back, and you can do a bit of slurry or digestate spreadage. Now, if you're going to change the main colour on that one, it's going to do nothing, to be fair. We've changed the main colour on that. Right, we'll go with something bright. We'll go with pink. Oh, it's that bit. It's the hoses right there. Okay, and then design colour. John, we'll go with red. It's going to do all the pipe work. There we are. Right, no problem. Obviously, if you have gone for the old Swiss Army knife of it all, and you wanted a tanker, so you're going to go for this, the old TV585, 21,000 litre capacity, 44 grand to buy, and it's got a 10 mile an hour working speed. But obviously, you will need to have this on the back. That being said, it's looking all right. That's a nice little setup, that pack is. And the last mod for the day is the CLAAS Mega 208218. This is by DB Modding, 39.47 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under harvesters. Now, this has got a 235 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed, and an 8,000 litre grainage tank. And it's only going to cost you 90 grand, so that's not that bad at all. You can then change it up to the Mega 218, so that's going to put the engine horsepower up to 270, and then back to the original 235. You can have Trelleborg, Mitas, Michelin, Continental, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg on the tyres. And that's saying it's currently at narrow tyres. And they're the standard. I mean, yeah, they are a little bit narrower, but all right, we'll go with the wide ones. Always go with the wide ones. Beacon lights. So you've got beacon number 1. Where is the beacon? Round the back. There we are. So beacon number 1. Number 2. Wow, it's actually saying 2 beacon lights. Oh, 1 on the front. There we are. Right, 3 beacons. 2 on the front, and then back to your 1 beacon on the back. Right, no problem. Now, obviously, this being a harvester, you're going to need something to go on the front of it. And we've got this, the old CLAAS C600, 6 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 25 grand price tag. And if you don't fancy driving around the map with the harvester header on the front of your harvester, well, they've got a header trailer for you, just to keep it all nice and tidy. So they're going to cost you £1,000. Obviously, bang the header onto the trailer, and away you go. That's all right, that is. I mean, to be fair, sort of an older style one. Very nice. And quite a few updates as well. It's got the Fendt 700 Vario series by Hans, the Krone BX 1180 pack by Micro GT, the Lizard Superior End Dump Trailer pack by Carl Farmall, the Passenger Jumbo 8540 DB by Alice Agua Ole, the Strautmann Aperion 2401 by Alice Agua Ole, the ZGV F3.0 by Farmcat, the ZJV F3.2 by Farmcat, the Lizard Z240 by Putzcap, the Garages with Sliding Doors by 750 Ti Modding and Michael LS, the Garage 18x7 by 750 Ti Modding, the Grain Dryer Production by Superfly 1842, the Modern Barn with Workshop by ICAS, Small Farm Production by Omatana, the Wooden Open Barn by Patty, Underfloor Storage for Bulk Materials or Liquids by Zorozoct, Placeable Signs by La Daron, Liquid Manure Storage by Mefokri, Diesel Tank by Raider, and Ground Textures by Agricadabra.